to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
The Lux Life. The lip on the glass. The journeys you make. The roads you take. Beyond the rest. Above the best. You float above. Levitas Ultra from JK Tire, made for dream machines.
Hello, Namaskar, Khushamdeed and Sat Sri Akal. The pedigree for today's competition suggests we are in for a ball. Welcome to JK Tire Ranger Series presents the Hindu Business Line Celebration Corporate Quiz 2023 in association with BSE. This is one of India's premier corporate quiz championships in its mesmerizingly momentous 20th edition. And I am your quizmaster, Ajay Punya, feeling privileged in bringing this quiz to you virtually. In its prelims that lasted over half a month, over 6,000 corporate executives, business professionals, B-school students, and MBA aspirants participated from across India. And we here today on an appointment to view. It is a showdown between the masters of the craft, the qualifiers from Chennai. They've been pushed in a corner previously. They've delved deep into their knowledge vault and produced some significant segments in this competition's loaded legacy. But the past is in the past. It is the future which we are looking forward to. And whoever has his prospects bright will journey to the national final at the BSE in Mumbai. And once there, they'll struggle for mastery against the other winners from Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Kochi, Delhi, and Mumbai for the most coveted intellectual title and win big bickies worth rupees 1.5 lakhs. There's first prize of rupees 75,000, second prize of rupees 50,000, and third prize of rupees 25,000. I've described the adventure course to get here, and I have put forth the path ahead. It's time for the Chennai finalists to show up and step forward to claim the glory of regional supremacy. Number one on the list is the first runner-up at the national final in 2021. He came back last year too, but encountered a stiffer challenge from a contestant who went on to win the national final and so had to settle for a silver in Chennai. This year, he comes with a sliver of hope, but is recharged for repechage. He is Jaykantan from TCS. Following him is our national defending champion at Celebration, leading the Barclays 1-2 last year, with the other Barclays contestant qualifying from Delhi, and encore is expected, but so is a firm challenge from the others. Number two in the Chennai seating order is Preetham Upadhyay from Barclays. Next on the list is some fresh challengers. At number 3 is Ganesh Gopinath from United India Insurance. Following him, our penultimate participant is Ajay Narayan from Swastik Filaments. And finally, the 6th name on the list is a student. This is Sudarshan Srinivasan from Tyagarajar College of Engineering, Madurai. Well, towards the very end, we had a participant who missed out on being here. He had some difficulty regarding his network. So unfortunately, we are left with 5 participants. But that's good for the participants. They have one competition lesser. But for the others, we'll play with 5 participants only. So these are the 5 in our starting lineup that stood out the moment the preliminary results were out, fighting to be the Chennai represent to keep the celebration title in Chennai. While they think about how to make that happen, encouraging them with some inspiring words from the Tower of Power of Celebration, Mr. Raghuveer Srinivasan, editor, Business Line. Sir, please.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 20th edition of the Hindu Business Line Celebration Corporate Quiz. This is a prestigious corporate quiz championship which attracts executives from companies, business professionals, MBA aspirants, and students from India's leading B schools. This is the 20th edition of the quiz, and it has established a name for itself in the Indian quiz calendar, attracting quiz buffs of the highest caliber. Just to give you a quick brief on how this works, participants will be asked to answer 20 questions to qualify for the regional round, and the top 6 contestants from each city will compete in the virtual regional finals. The final, of course, will be an in-person event. It'll be in Mumbai, and it's going to be on the 29th of October. And the regional final winners from 6 cities will fight it out for the coveted title of Celebration Quiz winner. The winners will all take home prize money of 1.5 lakhs. The first prize is 75,000, second prize of 50,000, and the third prize is 25,000. The Celebration Corporate Quiz this year is sponsored by JK Tire Ranger Series in association with the Bombay Stock Exchange, and associate partners are State Bank of India, Grayon Cosmetics, and Parker Pens. Our partner for television is NewsX. So without much ado, let me call opening for this year's Celebration Quiz. Wish you all the best as you compete for one of the most prestigious titles in the Indian quizzing calendar, and may the best person win. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And I now request the company of Sri Sundaraman Ramamurthy, MD BSc, to address the gathering.
Start, sir. BSc is happy to note that Hindu Business Line is conducting the 20th edition of Business Line Celebration Quiz 2023, which draws talented business professionals, corporate executives, MBA aspirants, and B school students. We are glad to be associated with this. In our continuous efforts to promote awareness of financial markets and corporate India, we are proud to host the grand finale at BSc. I wish all the best to the regional winners from 6 cities of Mumbai, New Delhi, Hyderabad, Kochi, Chennai, and Bengaluru. May the best flourish.
Right. Thank you, sir. Okay, then, an echo of deep appreciation for our partners who made this assembly, the Hindu Business Line Celebration 2023, possible. Presenting partner, JK Tire, is brought to you in association with BSc, associate partners, SBI, Grayon, and Parker Pens by Luxor Group, and TV partner, NewsX. Thank you all very, very much. Okay, then, participants, I hope you've done all the thinking, but it isn't the thinking that will overcome fear. It is actually action that overcomes fear. So today's action is an inning that reveals itself in 4 thrilling overs. Let's begin with our opening spell. This is the first over, and it's called Power Play. There are going to be 6 questions, all on the buzzer. Each question will have 3 clues, 10 seconds of time after the 3rd clue. Right. Sorry about that. So we're at power play. First over is where we're at. 6 questions, all on the buzzer. Each question will have 3 clues. 10 seconds of time is what you will get after the third clue, and there's only one buzzer per participant per question. So if you hit the buzzer once, you can't try and hit the buzzer again because that won't be allowed. If you answer on the first clue, all 6 of you can attempt, all 5 of you can attempt on the first clue. If you answer on the first clue, you get 15. If you answer on the second clue, you get 12. If you answer on the third clue, you get 8. Remember, there's a -5, flat -5 for a wrong answer on the buzzer, whether you're on the first clue, second clue, or the third clue. Right? So good luck, everyone. 5 of you competing here at the Chennai regional round. Please remember, once when I identify you that you're on the buzzer, please unmute yourself immediately and give your answer. If that's correct, I'll give you points. That's incorrect, I will take away points. All right, so we're ready. Let's start. Here's question number 1 at the Chennai regional round. This is going to be an inexhaustive finite list. It's going to be a sum from a certain list, an inexhaustive list, but it's finite in its nature. So there are going to be about 6, 7 of them. I'll show you each one of them one by one. If you're ready. Right. Here is the first question for the Chennai regional round, an inexhaustive finite list. We have Jaikantan, who's already on the buzzer. Yes, Jaikantan.
These are all companies founded by either women or women with their husbands.
Sorry, can you say that again? Companies
founded by women along with the partner.
Women along with their partners. All right. I'll move on to clue number 2. There's more. And move on to clue number 3. Jaikantan, would you still stick by your answer?
I think I'll still stick with my answer.
And you will do that very well because that is indeed correct. That is the answer that I was looking for. So these are all husband-wife founded companies. Bank Bazaar by the Shetties, Chumbak by Vivek Prabhakar and Shubhra Chadda, Sugar Cosmetics, Vinita Singh and Kaushik Mukherjee, Baby Oil by Sanjay and Arnima Singh Dio, then Mamaearth by the Alags, Cash Karo by the Bhargavas, and MobiQuick by Bipin Preet Singh, Upasana Taku and Tutor Vista by the Ganeshas. That's very well done there, Jaikantan, getting it right on the very first clue, which means you get 15 points. Well done. Moving on to question number 2. I'm looking for a 3-letter acronym. A common 3-letter acronym is your combined connect. Here's the first clue. A 15-season series with multiple spin-offs and this Mumbai-based non-profit in picture. Right, no one's on the buzzer. I'll move on to clue number 2 for 12 points. The Chinese counterpart of the S&P 500. On the buzzer is Ajay. Yes, Ajay, what's your 3-letter acronym? Please unmute.
Is it the CNX?
CNX, I'm afraid that is incorrect. That's a -5 to Ajay. I'll move on to the next one on the buzzer, and that is Jaikantan.
Yeah, I'll try CSI.
Why would you say CSI?
Because the CSI is a famous TV series with multiple editions. I'm assuming this is some Chinese stock index or something.
Some Chinese stock index and the season series, and a vehicle owners index topped by MG India in 2021-2022 and Europe's largest science museum. All of them share the 3-letter acronym CSI. That was the Computer Society of CSI Crime Scene Investigation. Customer Service Index study, which is topped by MG for a couple of years, and the China Securities Index is the counterpart for S&P 500. That's well done, Jaikantan. That gets you 12 points. You got it right on the second clue. And this question was
Is it just me or have I lost his audio?
Yeah, I can't hear anything as well.
Yeah, it looks like Ajay is having. Yeah, I was worried for a little bit as well. Yeah.
So just give me one moment. Can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I'll continue. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. We shall continue. If you just switch this. All right. Let's continue. Moving on to question number 3. Just give me a thumbs up if I'm audible. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's move on. Here's question number 3. Sorry, here's question number. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Here's question number 3. Okay. So this is an inexhaustive finite list again. I'm going to give you a few from the list. You have to tell me what is common to all of them. Here's your first clue. A Nabisco-owned chocolate chip cookie brand and a baked snacks brand from RP Sanjeev Goenka Group that uses the slogan anytime, anywhere. What is the commonality across all these? Moving on to clue number 2. A Norwegian digital learning platform acquired in 2023 by a group of investors, including Goldman Sachs, Lego, and more, and a free open source software CMS as an outcome of the fork of Mambo in 2005. On the buzzer is Jaykantan. Yes, Jaykantan, for 12 points.
This is brands containing the letters OO, like Tuyam, Kahoot, Moodle.
So they contain what?
The letters OO, stylized in some form.
I'm afraid that is incorrect, Jaykantan. That's a -5. I will move on to the third clue since nobody else is on the buzzer. A company created as a spin-off of PepsiCo in the 90s and formerly called Tricon Global Restaurants, an American quiz-based TV show where contestants are given the answers and they have to respond with a question. What is common across all these elements? On the buzzer is Preetham. Can I have your answer?
I'll say yum is common.
Yum is common. I'm afraid that's not the answer, Preetham. That's a -5. The commonality that I was looking for in identities, right? So all of them have exclamation mark in their brand identities. Jeopardy, Yum Brands, Chips Ahoy, 2Yum, Kahoot, and Joomla. All of them have, as you can clearly see, have the exclamation mark in their brand identities, right? So -5 there to Preetham and -5 to Jaykantan as well. Let's move on to question number 4. Here's first clue. I'm looking for a 3-word answer. Okay, clues to what? 3 words, XYZ. This public art project in a shipyard of Richmond, California, to honor the X's, although the ships here were welded. No one on the buzzer. I'll move on to clue number 2. The claim for the real XYZ is contested between a worker for Convair, a worker at Boeing, a philanthropist, and a worker at Willow Run Factory in Michigan. On the buzzer is Jayakantan.
This is Rosie the Riveter.
Rosie the Riveter. My third clue, the 2 claims for the subject of the poster. The first clue said this public art project in a shipyard of Richmond to honor the Rosies, although the ships here were welded as opposed to being riveted. That is correct. That's well done. It is indeed Rosie the Riveter. So that's a 12-pointer there for Jayakantan, getting it right on the second clue. And this question is brought to you by our partner, Grey On. Right. So, and the 2 ladies in the bottom, in the last clue, were essentially the 2 contestants for who was the subject on whom this poster was modeled. Right. So that's Rosie the Riveter, gets Jayakantan 12 points after that negative on the previous question. We'll move on to question number 5. This is going to be an inexhaustive list of CEOs. An inexhaustive list of CEOs. Tell me what's common to them. Here's 2 of them. No one's trying. I'll move on to clue number 2. 2 more. Still no one trying. I'll move on to final 2 for 8 points. Now tell me what is common to all of them. On the buzzer is Preetham for 8 points. Preetham.
I'll say CEOs of Tata companies in the Tata Group, foreign CEOs.
CEOs of Tata companies. I'm afraid that is incorrect. That's not the answer, Preetham. That's a -5. Does anybody want to take a guess? Not for points. Preetham identified, I'm guessing Preetham identified one of them. And so he sort of felt that all the others must be from the Tata Group.
These are all French CEOs?
Not French CEOs, but, these are all foreigner CEOs of Indian companies. So Peter Elbergs of Indigo since 2022, Thierry Delaporte of Wipro since 2020, Brian Bade of Reliance Digital since 2010, Campbell Wilson of Air India since 22, Erez Israeli of Dr. Reddy since 2019, Gunter Butchek, and I think that's what Preetham identified of Tata Motors since 2016. All foreigner CEOs of Indian companies. Right, so that's a -5, unfortunately. Preetham, question goes unanswered as we move on to our final question of round 1. I'm looking for a common nickname, okay, for all these people. I'm going to show you 6, 7 of them. Tell me what is the common nickname. So a nickname is something that they share. I mean, that's the answer that I'm looking for. That's essentially what your answer should be. Something about their nicknames. No one's trying yet. We'll move on to clue 2. On the buzzer is Jayakantan.
These are all fathers of various fields in management. Like
who can you identify?
I think Andy Grove is there of Intel. He's father of some particular field of management. One looks like F.W. Taylor. I'm not sure though. Scientific management. Basically, fathers of various fields of management.
Fathers of various fields. Yeah. Jayakantan, here is your Frederick Taylor. It wasn't there earlier,
all right.
But the answer still remains fathers of various fields of management. Hugo Munzberg, industrial psychology, Andy Grove, OKRs, George Elton Mayo, human resource management, Robert Owen, personnel management, Frederick Winslow Taylor, scientific management, and Dave Ulrich, father of modern HR. So these were all fathers of. That's well done, Jayakantan, getting it right on the second clue, which means you get 12 points again this time. Right, so that was that. That was the mark that we expected. Today's CSI or Chennai is super intelligent to exclaim right at the very outset of today's competition. I think all questions were answered barring one. And as I said earlier, when I introduced you to them, They're all familiar with each other. They've met each other previously in various competitions, so they know each other very well. So here's a chance to get to partner with each other as you get to know each other even better. For our next over, we rejoice Celebrations partnership with JK Tyre in bringing this quiz to you. This is the second over, and it is called partnership. In this round, each participant gets a direct question, and you'll have 15 seconds of time per question. Other participants can hit the buzzer if they'd like to partner with you and try to help you with getting the answer. And in return, they'll also score a few points. So if you take help of someone who's hit the buzzer, you can only take help of the first participant on the buzzer and nobody else. If you do that, and if they give an answer and you accept it and the answer was correct, they get 10 points, the partner gets 10 points, and you get 5 points. But if you accept an incorrect answer, both of you will lose 5 points, and I move the question to somebody else who's on the buzzer for +5, -5. And if, however, you reject the answer and the answer was correct, your partner gets 10, you unfortunately will get a -5. And on the other hand, if in case we have you rejecting the answer, but the answer was wrong, your partner will get a -5, but you don't get any points because I still don't have a right answer, and perhaps that answer will come from somebody else who's on the buzzer. So we'll play this round in the order of your seating, which means we'll play the first question with Jaikantan. Jaikantan, if you're ready, please keep your buzzers aside. This is going to be your direct. Please hit the buzzer within the 15 seconds of time if you'd like to help Jaikantan and process on a few points. All right, Jaikantan, are you ready? Please unmute. Please unmute yourself. Okay. Here's your question, Jaikantan. Others on the buzzer. Talk of the F1 season last year, what mammalian term is given to such violent bouncing motion of the car on its suspension, observed mainly on the straights, posing physical load to the driver with the car losing significant aerodynamic performance? But regulation changes introduced a ground effect floor, which increased downward force and helped keep the car stable this year. What mammalian term am I looking for? You have Preetham, who's interested in partnering with you.
I'll take it myself. I'll answer it myself.
You'll take it yourself for +10, -5. What is your answer, Jaikantan?
This is porpoising.
Porpoising is correct. That is indeed the answer that I was looking for. That's well done. As you can see, porpoising is this bouncing movement that porpoises do. That is correct. This question was powered by our presenting partner, JK Tyre, and they'd be mighty pleased to see this one getting answered. So that's 10 points to Jaikantan. And we take the next question now to Preetham. Preetham, please unmute yourself. Here's your question, Preetham. Others on the buzzer. The world's first commercial jetliner had pressurized cabin, which meant it was able to go higher and faster than others. It thus became the aircraft of choice in the 50s. However, in the mid-1950s, 3 planes fell apart, killing dozens. The Cohen Committee did the inquiry and came to the conclusion that it was metal fatigue and other reasons, but not the shape of what, as seen in the picture, that became a myth as a cause for these crashes. Preetham, you have Jaikantan, who's shown interest in partnering with you.
I'll take it myself.
All right, for +10, -5, your answer is?
I'll say they had square windows earlier, right? So the window shape was earlier, and there was a myth that caused the accident. Now the window shape is slightly more rounded, and so.
That is correct. That's well done, Preetham. Absolutely, as you could see in the picture with square windows. So it was believed that it was square windows that caused the crashes, but Cohen Committee said that wasn't the case. There was hardly any reason for the crashes. That's well done, Preetham. Gets you 10 points on the direct. And yet again, this question was brought to you by our partner, JK Tyres. So 10 points, Preetham. We'll move on now to our next question. That's going to be for Ganesh. Ganesh, if you're ready. Who's been silent all this while.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll
I'm ready.
give a few answers and collect some points for himself. All right, Ganesh, here's your question. In 2019, Jaguar Land Rover won a court case against Landwind, which, as per commentators, were perhaps the final definite line in the sand on what unwelcome distraction, like Zotia SR9 on the left and Veikuri V7 on the right, over the previous decade. Since then, the Chinese motor shows have shown the industry has matured with innovation superseding even the Western counterparts. So, what unwelcome distraction that you could argue Zotia SR9 and Bakery V7 were? So, you have Preetham who's willing to partner with you. Do you want Preetham's help, Ganesh?
I'll accept.
Okay. Don't accept right now. You basically want to take his help?
Yeah.
Okay, Preetham, what is your answer?
So I'll say it's basically self-driving technology that is available in terms of in like a screen as such to the drivers as well, right? So they can opt for that or they can drive it themselves. So that's sort of
Okay.
it's always going.
So self-driving technology available for the driver. And optional self-driving technology. So Ganesh, accept or reject?
I would accept.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect. That's a -5 Preetham, -5 Ganesh. That's not the answer. We'll go to the next one on the buzzer, and that is Sudarshan. Yes, Sudarshan.
I think it was a platinum copying of Western car designs by Chinese automakers. Is that right?
And what copy do you see these cars as? Copy of what Western cars? Any of the two looks like any of the Western car copy? No? All right, doesn't matter if you can't identify these two specifically. That's okay, it doesn't matter. But you've given the more important part of the question. These were essentially copycat cars, right? So cars copying more famous Western cars. The two that you see in the visual were basically copies. I mean, I would argue they were copies of Porsche Macan and the Volkswagen E-Up. And the question originally was of Jaguar Land Rover cars, as you can see in the visual on the left, right? So that is what that's -5 to Preetham, -5 to Ganesh, but a +5 to Sudarshan. Well done, Sudarshan. This question was also brought to you by our partner, JK Taya. We'll now move on to our next participant. That's going to be Ajay. Ajay, are you ready? Please unmute.
Yep.
All right. Ajay, here's your question. During the material shortage of the Second World War, this was the largest wooden airplane ever built. When there was a growing need to move troops and materials across the Atlantic Ocean. However, it made just one short flight in California as opposed to making a across-Atlantic trip. The pilot who flew it proved that the government funds weren't wasted. However, he also admitted it needed more work to be viable. Who was the pilot and whose company? Who was the pilot whose company actually built it? So you can either name the pilot or you can name the company. Jaykantan would like to partner with you if you're interested. Ajay?
Yeah, I'll listen to what he has to say.
Okay, Jaykantan, what do you have to say?
I'll say this is Howard Hughes.
Okay, Jaykantan says Howard Hughes. Ajay, do you accept? Do you reject?
I accept it.
You will accept, well, because it was the Hughes Aircraft Company piloted by Howard Hughes. That's very well done, Jaykantan. That's 10 points to you. And well done, Ajay, for accepting that answer. That's 5 points to you. And this question was brought to you by our partner, JK Tire. And Ajay, do you have a message for Jaykantan for helping you get those 5?
Thanks, Jay.
Okay. All right. Well done, both of you. So now for the final question of this round, that's going to go to Sudarshan. Sudarshan, are you ready? Please unmute.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's your question. Yeah. Here's your question, Sudarshan. Please stay unmuted, Sudarshan. This is your direct. Okay. Here's your question. After an incident in Kenya in 2002, this airline on the left became the first and till date the only commercial airline in the world to have what technology that you can see on the right. For this, it uses a $1 million Doppler radar system with 4 antennas providing 360-degree coverage. You have Ajay who's like to help you out with this. Sudarshan, do you want Ajay's help?
Sorry, Ajay. I don't need to help. Can I answer this question myself?
Yeah, sure. For plus 10 minus 5.
The airlines in this picture is El Al, the flag carrier of Israel. It's the first and only commercial airline in the world to have a missile defense technology. Am I right?
That is correct. That's the answer that I was looking for. From Israel, El Al, the airline, is the only one to have an anti-missile system in the aircraft. That is correct, Sudarshan. That's very well done. Gets you 10 points. You had help coming from others, but you didn't need that help. Right, that's well done. It is indeed the anti-missile system. 10 points there to Sudarshan. So essentially how it works is, when an aircraft comes under attack, the system responds within seconds, firing invisible flares, diverting any, harm-seeking missile. That's 10 points to Sudarshan. This question was also brought to you by a partner, JK Tyre. And that was a round that was designed to seek partnerships, of which we saw only one example of. But that was purely because the others didn't really need any kind of help. They gave the answers by themselves. And so there was a banger and there was a clangor in equal measure. But which way goes the celebration cliffhanger? It's on the other side of this break. Stay tuned.
It's time to break free. Break away from the routine. To the greens and get lost in the world within. To steer through, to stop, start again, go forth, shed your inhibitions and just let it all go. With JK Tyre's Ranger 80, made of tough, made for adventure. For the ones who are wild at heart, JK Tyre, total control.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that lets success soar high. I will perform. I will outrank. I will achieve. I will fly high. I am the I in SBI. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank.
I am the I.
SBI, the banker to every Indian.
It's time to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
The brink, so they're responding with a pushback to rise up and fly away on the skies of Celebration scoreboard. Currently, as you can see, it's Jaykantan who's on the ascendancy with 66 points. There's nothing tentative about him, only tenacity on display. While the others are yet to put some muscle in their strike, but would really like to see some bend in the end that can take them in the direction of their goal. But the good thing for Preetham Ganesh, Ajay, and Sudarshan is that, it's the resolve that is still with them that will only take them up from their respective scores of -5, -5, 0, and 15 respectively. So there's a long way to go in this quiz. We've only done with one half of the quiz. And for the next segment or the next over, we will pair you up and we will play a few mini matches. You will go head to head against each other. This is the third over and it is called How's That? There are going to be 9 bowling options, essentially topics, and we'll play only 6 questions or balls. Participants will be divided in 3 pairs as per their scores. 15 seconds is what you will have to play the ball that is picked by the bowler or whatever question is picked by the bowler. If the batter or bowler are not able to answer, then the other 2 spectators out of the remaining 3 can buzz. If the batter gives me a right answer, they get 10 points. If they can't, question goes to the bowler. They give the right answer, they get 5. The batter gets -5. But if neither one of you gives the right answer, I don't distribute or take away points immediately. I pass the question to any of the spectators who's on the buzzer for +5 if correct and a -5 to the batter and bowler before him. But if the spectators are also incorrect, then the batter and bowler do not lose any points, but the spectators, because they volunteer to give that answer, they will lose points and they will lose -5. So +5, -5 for the spectators. And if they don't give the right answer, the batter bowler do not lose any points. So we'll start, but before that, I'll tell you.
1 second. I think my buzzer needs to be reset. I clicked it by mistake.
I will reset it before we begin with a question. For now, I'll tell you what are the pairs that we have. So we have Jaykantan and Sudarshan, who's going to be the first pair. Jaykantan, you'll be the batter, and Sudarshan, you'll be the bowler. And then we have Preetham and Ajay. So Ajay, you'll be the batter in first, and then Preetham, you'll be the bowler. And for the last one, since we have uneven number of participants, Ganesh, you'll be paired with everybody else. And I'll tell you how that works when we get there. All right. So for now, we'll start with the pairing and the match of Jaykantan and Sudarshan. These are your bowling options. Sudarshan, please, and Jaykantan, both of you, please unmute yourself. Please put your buzzers aside. And Sudarshan, please pick a bowling option for Jaykantan.
Can I pick it myself, or do I have to ask my partner?
No, you decide yourself. Whatever you decide, Jaykantan will have to attempt it.
We'll select
You're the bowler here. So if you're asking that, can I ask the batter to decide what kind of ball would he like? So that doesn't make sense, right? So you decide.
I'll pick impact on GDP.
Impact on GDP. All right, Jaykantan, this is your question. Others on the buzzer, except Sudarshan and Jaykantan. Impact on GDP. The Rand Corporation estimated that the US was sustaining an annual loss related to insufficient X of $280 billion to $411 billion, or up to 2.28% of the overall economy. Japan, they said, was losing up to 3% of its economy to insufficient X, followed by UK and Germany. Just give me X. What is causing all this annual economic loss? Jaykantan.
This is, I have to guess irrespective, right? As in there's no sense in, okay.
Yes.
I'll say this is basically because of lack of health insurance. People don't take sick leaves enough. So they don't have enough sick leaves.
All right.
So because of that, economy is
health insurance. I'm afraid that's not correct. I'll take the question to Sudarshan.
I think the answer is sleep. Insufficient sleep is a major health problem. That's a significant economic impact. So I think it's the suitable answer for this.
That is correct. That's the answer that I was looking for. This is the lack of sleep. That's well done, Sudarshan. As a bowler, you got this right, which means you get 5 points, and Jaykantan, unfortunately, you lose 5 points. So -5 Jaykantan, but a +5 to Sudarshan for that answer. That's very good. Now, Jaykantan, we can reverse the order. Now you're the bowler, so please pick a topic for Sudarshan.
I'll try restaurant innovations.
Restaurant innovations. Sudarshan, this is your question from Restaurant Innovations. Others on the buzzer. What dramatic innovation in restaurants was introduced by an LA-based restaurant, Spago, by chef Wolfgang Puck in 1982? Five seconds of time, Sudarshan. What innovation?
It's open kitchen, right? It's open kitchen.
That is correct. That's the answer that I was looking for. This is indeed open kitchen. Absolutely. That's well done, Sudarshan. Correct. As a batter, you get 10 points. Well done. Very good. It is open kitchen. So now we move on to the second pair. And
Sorry,
that's
do I get a
going to
negative here as well?
be Ajay and... No, Jaykantan, you don't get any negative. Just the batter gets 10 points. Okay. Ajay and Preetham, you're next. Preetham, please unmute yourself. Please put your buzzer aside and pick a bowling option for Ajay. Others on the buzzer.
Economics of sport.
Economics of sport?
Yeah.
Is that what you said, Preetham? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Economics of sport for Ajay. Here's your question. In Joshua Gann's Parentonomics, the author talks about an economist's guide to potty training with his own daughter as subject. As part of the training, he offered her a chocolate frog as reward every time she goes to the bathroom by herself. This meant she would announce, "I need to go," rather frequently. This strategy he compared with which sports person who was paid a cash bonus every time he broke a world record?
Yeah, can
yes,
is this
please answer.
Usain Bolt? Usain Bolt.
Okay. Usain Bolt, that is incorrect. Question goes back to the bowler, Preetham.
I'll say Sergey Bubka.
And what sport would that be?
Pole vault.
That is correct. It is indeed Sergey Bubka for pole vault. So interestingly, what he would keep doing, because he was given a cash reward by Nike every time he would break a world record, is that he would break it by 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter every time he would break a world record. He was so good that every time he would keep breaking world record by 1 centimeter each and collect cash rewards. Right. So that's well done, Preetham. That's 5 points to you and a -5 to Ajay, unfortunately, for missing out when the bowler gets it. This question was brought to you by our partner, Parker Pens by Luxor Group. All right. Now, Ajay, you can pick a topic for Preetham. You lost 5 points on the last one, while Preetham gained 5 points. So perhaps you can do a turnaround.
Yeah,
and
unusual sport.
Okay, so both questions will be about sports in this match. So this is unusual sport for Preetham. A certain throwing world championship has been taking place in Finland since 2000. In it, participants are judged on the basis of the distance, the world record being 110 meters, and technique, aesthetics, and creative choreography. With the event generally sponsored by recycling companies, what regular use item do they throw, with the criteria being that it should weigh at least 220 grams?
Mobile phones.
That is correct. It is mobile phones, Preetham. That's well done. Quite convincing run-of-the-mill affair for him. That's 10 points to the batter, Preetham, in this case. And that's the end of the second match as well. Now, for the third match, since we have uneven number of participants, so what we'll do is we'll ask Preetham, because he gave the last answer, just for that reason, to pick a topic for Ganesh. Ganesh, whatever topic Preetham picks, try to give your best answer. But Preetham may not be your bowler. The bowler will be whoever hits the buzzer first amongst the remaining 4 participants. Right? So I'm just, just for the sake of convenience, let Preetham pick a topic because he gave the last answer. But Preetham may not necessarily be the bowler. If Preetham wants to be the bowler, he has to hit the buzzer just like everybody else. So whoever is first on the buzzer, you will be the bowler, right? Okay, I hope that's clear. And if you are second on the buzzer, then I'll treat you as a spectator. Okay, so Preetham, what topic should we play with Ganesh?
Vintage print ad.
Vintage print ad. On the buzzer for others, if you want to be the bowler alongside Ganesh, who's the batter, Ganesh will have the first attempt and then will be the bowler and subsequently others. All right. Sudarshan, can I? Where is your buzzer, Sudarshan? Are you not participating on the buzzer?
Yeah, I am here. I am participating here.
All right. I don't see
Hello?
your buzzer on screen. I want to see your buzzer on screen, please. Yeah. So just keep it on screen. Just hold it in your hands, no, so that we can
Oh.
see it. Yeah. And you can mute yourself now. Okay. All right. Please hold it up, Sudarshan. Just a reminder. Okay. All right. Here's your question, Ganesh. The first cola was launched in 1950 by Parle. Based on its flagship product of Parle-G glucose biscuits, the drink was called Gluco-Cola. There is no reliable information about who designed the logo, but the only print ad on record that you see here was designed by whom?
Is it R.K. Lakshman?
It is indeed R.K. Lakshman. That is correct. That's well done, Ganesh. Good answer there. That gets you 10 points. That's very good. All right, Ganesh, now since there has to be one more question for which you will be the bowler, pick a topic out of these four, and whoever hits the buzzer first, that person will be your batter. Okay. And the scoring will be the same as what it applies for the batters. All right. So don't just hit the buzzer because you can. If you don't answer, somebody else answers after you, so you lose points. Okay, Ganesh, what topic should we play?
Saving animals.
Saving animals. It's on the buzzer for others. Whoever hits the buzzer first will be the batter. Winner of Fast Company's 2023 Innovation by Design Awards in the Rapid Response category, the website of You Animals was designed by Pentagram. You Animals claims to save the animals from what? On the buzzer first is Sudarshan. Yes, Sudarshan. You're the batter right now. What is your answer, Sudarshan?
I think it was designed to save from conflict zones, right?
Designed to save from?
Conflict zones.
What kind of conflict zones?
Like what? Like what? Or somewhat. I can say it very specifically. What I know is designed to prevent it from conflict zones.
Okay. I'll take the question to Ganesh. Ganesh, what is your answer?
Sorry, I have no idea.
You have no answer. All right. Yeah. I'll take the question to the first spectator on the buzzer, and that is going to be Preetham. Yes, Preetham.
This is specifically the Russia-Ukraine war that is ongoing. So they're rescuing animals from there and maybe transporting them elsewhere to a safe haven from the zoos and everything from Ukraine, basically.
All right. That is correct. That is the answer that I was looking for. That's the answer. So it's not just conflict zones, specifically from Ukraine. So that is why it said You Animals. And if you look at the color scheme, it's also the flag of Ukraine, right? The blue and yellow. So which is why this is specifically Ukraine is what I was looking for, saving animals from the war in Ukraine. So that's a -5 to Sudarshan, -5 to Ganesh, but a +5 to Preetham. That's very well done, Preetham. Good answer. This is the conflict zone, but specifically I needed you to say Ukraine, which is why it's also called You Animals. Right. So with the distribution of points, so that was the end of the penultimate over. Is Chennai on its way to create another iconic spectacle that only Chennai does best? For now, in Chennai land, we have a Sunday evening showdown that is heading to its seminal section that's on the other side of this break. We'll be back shortly.
They've come from the future to change the way we drive.
JK Smart Tire, buddy.
JK Smart Tire, the tire with a brain. The future of driving is here. JK Smart Tire.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that lets success soar high. I will perform, I will outrank, I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the I in SBI. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank.
I am the I in SBI.
SBI, the banker to every Indian.
It's time to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
Welcome back. We're in a stage of competition that decides who our penultimate national finalist will be. At this point, staying head and shoulders above the others is not the primary aim, but it is a welcome bonus and a good habit too. So on the scoreboard, we have Jaykantan, who's still leading with a score of 61 points, looking like the dominant force at play today, but on his tail in pursuit of the top step of the podium, attempting to bring a different flavor in the final are Preetham with a score of 15, Ganesh with a score of 0, Ajay with a score of -5, and Sudarshan currently placed second with a score of 25 points. If it gives them any hope, the quiz in Bengaluru and in Delhi, we had a come from behind victory in the last round. So it is 2-2, even Stevens, which means the Chennai final can tilt in anyone's way. Consider this to be a stirring call to raise your game, because it is time to go hard. It is the final chance. It is the fourth over, and it is called Super Over. In the Super Over, there are 6 questions in all on the buzzer. You'll have 15 seconds of time. Each question will have 2 answers as kangaroo and joey words, which means one answer in its entirety will exist within the other answer. But of course, the order can be shuffled. So it can be jumbled up within the kangaroo. Points, if you want to play both the answers, you have to say the word super, because this is the super over. If you say super, which means you're attempting both answers. If you do that correctly, you get 15 points. If you get one right, one wrong, you get +10 and -5. So you're left with just 5 points. But if you get both wrong, you get a -10. If, however, you're not confident of both, you can just play safe. If you play safe, you get that right, you get 10. You get that wrong, you get a -5. And then if there's only one answer that's remaining for the others, you can try that for +5 and -5. Also, please note, if you hit the buzzer and somebody else has hit the buzzer before you and you wanted to play safe, but somebody else already answered the answer that you wanted to give, you don't have to answer. It's a decision that you can make that, okay, I don't want to answer. You will not get any negatives. But if you attempt and you get it wrong, you will get negatives. I hope that's clear. So we'll start. 6 questions coming up, each with 2 parts. 6 into 15, that's 90 points still to be won. Good luck, everyone. Here's question number 1. First initiated globally in 1996, X's is a delicious term used for such patterns while never officially being named. In 2005, the RBI did call them Omron anti-photocopying feature. However, other central banks are reluctant in referring to it. On the right, Y is a bike from the short-lived joint venture of TVS and Suzuki that gave us the Shaolin and Supra. What you see in the picture is the discontinued Mitsubishi SUV sold as Y in UK, and Y is also a Y Combinator-backed e-commerce website builder. On the buzzer is Jaikantan. Jaikantan, super or safe? Jaikantan, you're muted.
I'll play it safe.
And you will answer X or Y?
I'll answer X.
X is?
Donut.
Donut. That is correct. That's 10 points to Jaikantan. That's well done. Question goes to next on the buzzer. That's Sudarshan. Sudarshan, do you have Y? X is already taken. No? Do you have Y, Sudarshan?
No.
No. Okay. I'll go to Ajay. Ajay, do you have Y? Or you also had donut? You're muted, Ajay.
Yeah, I had X as well.
Oh, you had X also. All right. So the time's up. Nobody else is interested on the buzzer. So the other bike that we got from the joint venture of TVS and Suzuki alongside Shaolin and Supra was Shogun. So donut and Shogun is what I was looking for. So that's just 10 points to Jay. This question is powered by our partner, SBI. And we'll now move on to our second question, common to everyone. Here's question number 2. The world's first mid-career leadership programs was initiated by the automotive executive X in his alma mater that named its management school after him in the 1960s. He even established this now $2 billion foundation. You can give me the full name, but in the case of the Kangaroo and Joey, just the surname goes for 5 letters. And in the 1990s, Japan, the largest Sarakin companies were collectively called TAPALs, an acronym for Takefuji, Acom, Promise, Eiffel, Lake Sanyo, Shinpan Finance. Offering Wise was the core business of TAPALs. On the buzzer first is Jaikantan, super or safe?
I'll play it super.
Super. So start with X, then Y.
Sloan and Loan.
Sloan and Loan is super, is correct. So that is indeed Alfred P. Sloan, after whom the Sloan Institute of Management is named, and that is loans. Sarakin essentially is a term for money lenders offering unsecured loans at really high interest. So that's well done, Jaikantan. 15 points to you for that one. That's very good. Next question is coming up now. Founded by IIT Bombay alumni in picture, one of X's earliest blog posts was called X, the Tesla of India. X's name, as per the founder, shows aggression against electricity bills, and thus their first tagline was Kill the Bill. And on the right, this map shows the various types of Ys by US as of 2023. On the buzzer is Pritam. Pritam, super or safe?
I'll play it safe.
And you will answer X or Y?
I'll go for X.
X is?
Atomberg.
Atomberg, that is correct. That's 10 points, Pritam. And now go to Jaikantan. Jaikantan, do you have Y or did you have X also?
I only had X.
All right, I'll move on to Sudarshan. Sudarshan, do you have Y?
I only had X.
You also had X. All right. So we have Atomberg and nobody else trying for anything. The map shows the various types of embargoes by the US, right? So that's just 10 points there to Pritam on that question. Nobody got the other one. So we'll move on to our fourth question now. 3 questions remain. Here's question number 4. In August, Jio launched its sub-1,000 rupee 4G feature phone with X, whose Delhi-based parent company, Jaina Group, was distributing handsets since the 90s, but only started manufacturing its own with the name X in 2009. It has since acquired brands including JioNew. On the right, a Kolkata-based company owns Y, an underwear brand endorsed by Shah Rukh Khan that uses the tagline, "Keep it Y." Y is also the name of a private label electronic brand by Walmart. On the buzzer is Jaikantan. Super or safe, Jaikantan?
I'll play it safe.
X or Y?
I'll try Y for Lux.
Y for Lux. I'm afraid, Jaikantan, that is incorrect. That's a -5. Question goes to Sudarshan. Sudarshan, super or safe?
I played safe.
X or Y?
Y.
Y is?
On. ONN.
That is correct. That's the answer, Sudarshan. That's 10 points to you. And finally, to Pritam. Pritam, do you have X or did you have Y also?
No, I'll go for X. I'll say this is carbon.
Carbon and on. That is correct. Pritam, that's well done. 5 points to you. That's a good answer. Seemed like you extrapolated it from once on was identified. So on and carbon. So that's 5 points, Pritam, 10 points, Sudarshan. 2 questions remain. Here's question number 5. A portmanteau of the names of the sons of the founder, X's logo consists of this insignia. On the right, Y was named after the initials of the last name of its founders, Adrian, Larry, and Robert in picture, that was founded months after Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon. On the buzzer is Jaikantan. Jaikantan, super or safe?
I'll play it safe.
X or Y?
Y, I'll try DHL.
Is correct. That's 10 points, Jaikantan. It is DHL. Sudarshan, do you have X or not? Sudarshan?
I only had Y.
Okay, so I'll go to Pritam. Pritam, do you have X?
So this is Dilma Tea.
That is correct. This is Dilma and DHL. That's well done, Pritam. That's 5 points to you. And well done, Jaikantan. That's 10 points to you. Right, now we move on to our final question for the Chennai Regional Final. Here it is on your screen now. And a tribute to Chennai, a tribute to Tamil Nadu, 2 Tamil Nadu entrepreneurs belonging to different eras. On the left, in 2016, 66% of X's company was acquired. He continued to build the company even after the strategic acquisition. And recently, X gave up his remaining stake plus an ESOP windfall of over $40 million. And in the case of the kangaroo, it's a 7-letter surname. And on the right, he disrupted the FMCG industry in the 1970s with the Y revolution. Right, on the buzzer is Ajay.
Yeah.
Safe.
I'll play safe for X, and that is Sanchetti.
Say that again.
Sanchetti, Mithun Sanchetti.
All right, I'll give that to you. That is correct. That's 10 points to Ajay. And I'll go to the next one. That is Jaikantan. Jaikantan, do you have Y?
Yeah, I'll try sachet for Y.
That's good.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Sachet. Kevin Care sachet. Yeah. SACHET?
That is correct. That is indeed correct. So this is Mithun Sanchetti of Carrot Lane and the Sachet Revolution. So with the Carrot Lane striking a deal with Titan, there's a significant payout for Sanchetti as well as the entire group within the entire employee set at Carrot Lane. So that's the answer. So that's 10 points to Ajay and 5 points to Jay. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of day's play. It clearly was not a duel, not a truel. It clearly was a one-way traffic, seasoned by tranquil beginning, enthralled by useful alliances. And of course, on the other side of the break will be pleasing one of them with the proceeds of persistence. Stay tuned.
It's time to break free. Break away from the routine. To the greens. And get lost in the world within. To steer through. To stop. Start again. Go forth. Shed your inhibitions and just let it all go. With JK Tyre's Ranger 80, made of tough, made for adventure. For the ones who are wild at heart. JK Tyre, total control.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that lets success soar high. I will perform, I will outrank, I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the I in SBI. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank.
I am the I in SBI.
SBI, the banker to every Indian.
It's time to change your brand. Grayon, beauty, cosmetic, personal care products.
Welcome back. We've added another glorious chapter to the inglorious history of this momentous 20th season of Celebration. And now for the final scores. Instead of amplifying from his last year's performance, he had an agonizing contest. So he will have some amends to amend when he returns next year. Is our national champion from last year, Preetham Upadhyay, finishing second with a score of 35 points. Alongside Sudarshan Srinivasan from Tyagarajar College of Engineering, Madurai, also finishing second with a score of 35. But winning it this year, like he did in 2021, making the wait worth it, reaching out to the sky and plucking out the stars from Chennai sky, is Jaikantan from TCS with a score of a significant 96 points. Congratulations, Jaikantan, spending a year to wait in anguish to step on the glory of regional supremacy. Never was he in doubt of his own self. To the other finalists, glad you could make it, and gladder still for extracting those sweet, sweet answers which made the contest gripping time and time again. I look forward to seeing you in forthcoming editions. Praise and grace in large portion, of course, undoubtedly to our viewers and partners. Presenting partner JK Tyre is brought to you in association with BSE, associate partners SPI, Grayon, and Parker Pen by Luxor Group, and TV partner News X. From the team at the Hindu Business Line Celebration Corporate Quiz 2023, it is goodbye for now.